Hello everybody, what is up? It's Umbruhh here, and I'm back again with a Final Fantasy XIV commentary. This time, I'm going to be speculating what I believe might be the new trial for 4.3. So, a couple weeks ago, 4.3 was first announced, and it was titled Under the Moonlight. Now, this takes place, it's still in Doma, just like the last expansion, and so we're still dealing with, the Doman characters like Yukiri, Hien, Gotsetsu, Yotsuyu, and Asahi. But, spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't completed 4.2, so this is the point of no return. If you haven't played 4.2 yet, I suggest you click away from this video. Xenos was revealed to be alive at the end of the storyline. So, this got me thinking, holy shit, so Xenos really isn't dead. And so, since that 4.3 announced, they revealed nothing about the trial, and they're keeping it a secret, so... does that mean Xenos could be the next trial? But I'm going to be discussing some possibilities. This will be a short video, so I'm going to be discussing some possibilities on who can be the next trial. I've been hearing, the first one I was gonna say is, as I said, Xenos. So, Xenos could be a trial himself. Cause I wonder if they're gonna do the same thing where like they did in Heaven's Ward, where Nidhogg was the trial for 3.3, where you fought a character that was important to the MSQ that you fought on earlier on in a dungeon, and then he comes back and you have to kill him once and for all. So I'm wondering if Xenos will be the same way. But some things I found problematic with this was we saw Xenos slit his own throat at the end of the main Stormblood MSQ, which has me thinking either the Garleans could have resurrected him or healed his wounds, or the real Xenos really is dead, and that is Elidibus puppeting his body. Now, my theory for Elidibus puppeting his body comes from the ending of the main Stormblood MSQ and also 4.1, where we see kind of like a glimpse of Xenos or Elidibus, and we see Elidibus giving the Emperor of Garlemald his sympathies, and then at the end of their conversation, he kind of does something, presumably turns into Xenos, and then the Guardian Emperor gets pissed. So what I predict is we will be fighting an enhanced version of Xenos that would be similar to that of the Chrysalis trial, where we fought an Ascian named Nebrales, if I'm saying that name right. If I messed up on the name, I'm sorry about that. But I predict one of the possible trials is we would be fighting kind of like an Ascian Xenos almost, which would make a fucking awesome trial. Now, one of my other predictions that would be kind of strange, but it could work, is Yotsuyu as our next trial boss. Now, the reason why I think this is we see Yotsuyu is gonna be a crucial character in the patch. I would assume this since in the artwork for it, she's kind of centered, and not really centered, but she's kind of focused in between all of them, implying that she'll have a crucial role in this story. And we see at the end of 4.2, Asahi gives her some sort of trinket, which I believe is a mirror, but it could be something way different from that. And I'm thinking it could be some kind of artifact that would allow her to regain her memories and become the violent psychopath that she is. And maybe something could happen where that artifact turns her into a primal. And so, with the name Under the Moonlight, it would be something related to moon, so I would assume like, let's say this trinket she received did give her some sort of powers, she could turn into the god Tsukuyomi, or I've also heard some theories she could be Amaterasu. So maybe we would be fighting like Yotsuyu turned into a primal, kind of like what Xenos did at the end of Stormblood. He merged himself with Shinryu, or same with Shinryu himself, which is basically Nidhogg plus Ilberd. So those are the predictions I currently have for 4.3. They could be right, or they could be way wrong, and these could be horrible predictions. But this is what I've been thinking of recently. Anyways, guys, I hope you all liked this video. Be sure to give a like if you like it, and subscribe for more content. I also like to make Final Fantasy XIV machinimas and other gameplays along with other videos. If you have any predictions of what could happen in 4.3 and who will be the next trial, put your comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Umbruhh, out.